Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is the Journeyman, and of course, it is Genk. Today, here in episode 31, we have a doubleheader against Standard and Anderlecht. And as you can see from the league table, we currently sit in top spot. Since we last met, we have played one game, and that's exactly where we're going to start, as promised in the Belgium Cup final episode, which if you've not checked out, was last game. Go check it out because it was a christening of the new 4-2-3-1. We did win 2-0 in a game that we were fairly comfortable in there against Genk. I'll show you those goals quickly, of course, as well, YouTube. Target man, target forward, it used to be called Target Man. Seems to be doing the business. Ball finds away to Ortega, chips it in there, Papa Paulie headers. When you're 6'7", I expect you to be winning headers and scoring. Thank you very much. We then scored from a set piece as well. Papa Paulie well saved from the keeper. And in the end, it's 2-0. Could have scored a few more. More importantly, I've moved to extended highlights. With me at work at the moment, currently there's been... because there's so many people doing our job, once we get through the busy period, there's be like 4 or 5 minutes between I have to do my next point of call. So with that, I've been reading the SI forums. 2 things that I've done. First thing that I've done is put it to extended highlights because apparently less FMings happen on extended or comprehensive as more of the game is being shown and it factors in more of the statistical data of the game, apparently. So I'm going to try that out in today's episode. Tried it out against Genk. Seems to work. Second thing that I've done to the team as well is I have saved the 4-2-3-1 because it has not lost the game yet. Now, a big thing to say before we play standard, but it is something in that. So I've decided this is going to be the formation for the end of this season. If we go on a run against Anderlecht and Standard, we lose both games versus home and away, then I'll probably look to move back to the diamond, but I'm going to give it its go for the rest of the season. Now, as you can see on screen, here we go. Standard Liège were top. What happened? Very simply put, they played Anderlecht, they had a red card, and they lost 1-0. So they do not have Aaron Dunham for the next game because he's out, and he's one of their better players. So that's a good thing. And then on top of that, be interesting to see how we go. Brival just said in the chat, by the way, YouTube, links down below. Come follow us live on Twitch. Links are down below if you want to interact live. Says the 4-2-3-1 is broken. I have not got a 4-2-3-1 to work. It's the 26th of the 5th of recording. Usually, I play a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1 from onset of FM beta all the way through, historically. If you watch all my saves from YouTube or Twitch, FM 18 on. This year, I've had no luck in 4-2-3-1. It's always had to be the 4-1-2-1-2 diamond. Wingers seem to do nothing, and my wingers haven't really been as influential in this system, but we are winning games. Now, as you can see on screen, that is the run-in for everybody. We obviously all play each other, big time. But as you can see, because of seeding, we would stay ahead of Anderlecht. So if it comes down to me and Anderlecht tied on points in the final day, all we have to do is match their result, and Standard hopefully doesn't go level with points of us, because Standard would win the league if we're all level on points because their seeding is higher, which I don't mind. I think it's pretty cool. But there's a run of forms in here as well. Our first point of call in this episode is going to be Standard in 2 days' time. I think that's going to be a really awesome one there to see what's going on against Standard. And then if we can, and hopefully we do win that one, we then have an away trip to Anderlecht. Win both of those games, we're in the driving seat to win the league. And all I'm going to say, with 5 games left to go here, YouTube, if we win every single one of them, we'll win the league because it's in our hands. And hopefully that is going to be that. One other feature before I end this little part of the episode, I have turned on timeout in the preferences screen there, which means after 10 seconds it automatically continues. So for people that maybe step away from their computer a lot, that's in your interface and down here for game timeout. And it means if you step away from the computer, you can go, instantaneous, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I've never used it. I only found out about that today reading in the SI forums. So that's the same thing that maybe you guys never heard of. And maybe when you're stepping away from the computer to make a coffee or to do something else, instead of holidaying, you can actually go and turn it on to automatically sim. Also means when you're flicking on your phone, you lose track of time. The game will move forward for you as well. When we see each other next, it will be Standard at home in game 1 of a massive doubleheader where we have a chance to go out there and stand for authority on this league and try and win the league in our first season here as Genk manager. Welcome back, YouTube. Here we are, Genk Standard. Not opening day, but the biggest game, I think, so far of this, Champions Cup, sort of Champions League, whatever you call it, this split-off league to win the Belgian Pro League. With that being said, it is such a massive game. There is couple of big outs for us. Now, Standard, of course, have Durham suspended, and this guy Giles, who is their backup right back out as well, so not a big loss for them. But for us, I have had to make a couple of changes. Now, first things first, we have got Christian out injured. He got injured in training after the cup final, missed the last game, missing this game here, of course, as well. And Manoz picked up an injury in that last game, and that was a pulled ankle ligament, and he's out for the next 5 days to 2 weeks, which is pretty big at this time of the year. Artega's not 100% fit, didn't need a fitness test, so we could actually play him if we really wanted to. I'm deciding against it because Jerklod has a very good understanding of Guyan, can do a job, and if we can get through this game with him, that's going to keep Artega in better stead for the games moving forward than constantly being tired. Saying that though, because Manoz is injured, Penna's our second choice. We don't really have a third option unless you put Sadik there. I think it's important to keep the Katanich-Sadik partnership going. Ruben Penna will play through that one there. And Fabio Panini, who's one of our best prospects that came through our youth academy, for me, he's a wing-back on attack for sure. And what he's currently learning, as you can see, they're so well-rounded. Just need to get that physicality up, of course, as well. Should be working on his defensive positioning. Thought we've already done that. But if we're more than 2 goals up, he's going to come on at right back. If we're not, Sadalek will go out there, and then I will bring in Aziz as the centre-back option as well. Your team to tackle Standard in a massive game in the league is Van der Voort in net, who's been in outrageous form. Penna, Sadik, Katanich, Jerklod. Patrick will play because of the injury to Christian. Odenanka alongside him. Owen prefers it on the left-hand side, being left-footed. This is one of the main reasons I play in the 4-2-3-1, is he is that good as an inside forward, yes. Franken through the middle has been in outrageous form. Gayen playing out there on the left. He's better up top for me, but I don't mind it this way. And then Papa Pauli in the target forward has been killing it. So he's going to start out there as well. Let's see how we get on in this game here. Got to be given a lot of credit, boys. Yeah, I've been playing well. Let's go out there, see what we can do. Last time we played Standard, they pumped us for 80-odd minutes. Somehow Van der Voort kept it at 1-0, and then I think it was Papa Paul missed a big chance to make it 1-1. That wasn't a YouTube game. That was the start of that very poor run of form in March. So hopefully that's not our day. They have a kid playing in the middle of the park called Villa. We need to have a look at him. I'm always excited by kids that are already playing in Belgium already this early in the save. Apparently a draw. Now, I wouldn't take a draw usually at home. If I drew to Standard home and away and then won the rest of my games, I'm winning the league, so that's fine. Anyway, highlight from kickoff. We are on extended, so expect this episode to go a bit longer. But we'll see how we go. If we get to like 2-0 or 3-0 really quick, I'm just going to move it to key to get the game going, but that's fine. Anyway, early ball out to Afina. Very well worked. Papa Pauli, big moment. Inside 30 seconds, already had more shots than we did for 80-odd minutes last time we played him. 0-0. Katanich, Sadek, finds the way to Mateus Franca. Papa Pauli now, looks for Afina, finds him. Afina guy, and by the way, we picked him up from Rome for 2.8 mil, or the AI did, which is a pretty good purchase. Jerklod, ball in, looped up. Villa, the youngster, gets nowhere near it. And Owen volley straight at Boddar in net. Really should do better, to be quite fair. In the end, he gets a free volley at it. Has to be picking a bit more of the corner. Katanich heads well. He's been amazing since coming back from injury. Afina, Jerklod finding space. He can turn. He's got Afina with him. Instead, he whips. Owen heads over the bar. Good start from us 3 minutes in, but only 0-0. A really good start. We have to look at this Villa kid, though. Apparently, no. Corner now. Against the run of play here for Standard. Headed away by Katanich. Papa Pauli with his big body will get there, and he'll shield off. He's done well. And then he gives it away. He did all the hard work and then decided to turn back into him. Ball in the box. Villa heads over. A big chance for their very young kid. He has to be 18 or 17, right? Another highlight. Can't even bother about checking him. We'll check him eventually, YouTube. Jerklod. Afina. Patrick. Jerklod again. Patrick tries to kick it through a man. Okay. So we dominate the first 5 minutes, and then as soon as it's got to the 6th minute, all Standard because we've forgotten how to play football. Ball in the box, Villa heads, we should be 1-0 down. First header, second header when he wins that one, we should be 1-0 down. Let's have a look at him. Yeah, right, he's good. 6'2" as well as a midfielder, as a box-to-box. He's got to be quite a little kid. He's not particularly little. 11 minutes in, another highlight here. Standard have come into this game big time. Nelson DeLuise gave us the run around last time, and a not fit Penna is being ran around again. Ball in back stick, headed straight at Van der Voort. He claims. Well, even game. Not particularly happy with our, with our inability, but I don't know why Katanich from a corner, or free kick I should say, throw in. One of the three, Damien. Relax. Katanich from a throw-in is somehow in our box and the centre-back's headed it in, we're 1-0 up. There's some commentary. There we go. I went from being in Peter Drury to bloody Chris Kamara in 2 seconds. I'm about to being Peter Drury again. Yes, my commentary's not that good. Yes, slate me in the comment section. In the end, 1-0 up. Thank you very much for coming. Hopefully we can hold on to it. Borda will go long. Katanich wins the header. Owen heads down to Franca. Papapouli loses out. Franca, though, well done. Athena Guyan picks it up. Turns. Ball in. Franca! It's 2. And just like that, 2 goals, bang, bang. And we lead Standard in a massive game. 2-0 up inside the 20-minute mark. It's been a little bit end-to-end, this one. Papapouli did enough. Franca does well, great way to ball. But Athena Guy does the right thing, turns, finds the runner of Franca, and the Shadow Strikers found the net yet again. And we lead 2-0 in a monstrous game here in the definition of the league season and where this title will end up. As you can see there by the stats, been slightly the better side here in the first half. Standard have played well though. Odenaka, Franca dropping it again. Papapouli now. And he finds Owen. Franca looks for it. Athena Guy gets it, cuts it, blocked, falls back to him. Franca again blocked. Owen again blocked. If that wasn't blocked the last one, that was definitely in with the keeper left stranded. Could have been free. Should have been free. Unfortunately not. Highlight still going here with Penner down this right-hand side. He finds his way to Owen. Franca's efforts blocked. 3 blocks in a minute. In the end, there's more blocks than Legoland here, but it is still 2-0. And we're keeping the pressure on Standard Liège. I would imagine this corner is not going to lead to much considering what we've just seen in this highlight. But to be fair, Katanich really should have got there and flicked on over the keeper. Another corner now. It's Patrick. His ball in. Katanich, oh, big header over the bar. Big moment. 2-0 to the good. 30 minutes played. Penner is already dead, but he needs to get there. Declan 1545. Thank you for the follow where you're watching from, Declan. In the end, Penner is gone and out on his legs. That's it, he's coming off. They're about to win the ball back. Alright, it's our ball, that's fine. Let's make this change. We've got 2 options here, boys. Aziz in the centre-back, Sadalek out to the right, or we trust that we're 2-0 up and Papini at 15 comes on. Because he's got the potential. He's got 12 tackling. He's not bad. Where would you go, boys? It's either him or you get Aziz on and then you play Sadek as the centre-back. Which ain't the worst option as well. I think you got to go with Aziz, don't you? Aziz could actually play right back and actually do a decent job there too. We might go with Aziz then in like that and leave him just as a right back. Briville would have went Papini. I've gone Aziz. In the end, Sadek, Katanich, Jerklod, Athena. If this wasn't such an important game, I definitely would have gone Papini for just a little bit of growth. Jerklod to get in the box with 10 men on the field. Owen head straight at Bodar in goals. Still 2-0, 40 minutes played. I just took him off. Okay, whatever. Confirm that change. Must have not come back on the park and said he was injured. I've already done that. Well ahead of you. Their game. In the end, 2-0. Thank you very much for coming. Great first half. Done. Watching from Preston Declan. Unreal. Who do you support in the Prem, buddy? In the end, highlight from kickoff usually leads to nothing on extended highlights. Usually. But we'll see. Raskin. All the way back to Bodar. Sissoko. Bodar goes long. Just need to win this one here. Bit deep we are. Don't know why we're so deep. Sadalek wins it and thumps it out of there. Should have been a lot higher up the pitch then. Invited a little bit of pressure, but we dealt with it and that's fine. I'm a Morecambe fan. Wow, great club. I love their little badge with the shrimp on the front. It looks unreal. I think it's a shrimp, you know. It looks like one at least. Or what we would call a shrimp here in Australia. Anyway, Lefis, Emond. There we go. Boy over the top. How did you guys go? League 2 still? Haven't looked at a Morecambe side in a long time. Anyway, Nelson Deloise heads. Great header. And just like that, after half-time, 2-1. Standard undone with yet. We've dominated the first half, but that doesn't mean anything. Still another half of football to go. And just against the run of play, it's 2 against like 6. And somehow, to be fair, he's headed it from about the penalty spot. What a header for Van der Voort, which is his first goal he's conceded in like 4 games. What a goal it is. 2-1. Standard haven't really done much. Owen and Guyan are both dead. Katanich is dead too, which I don't like. Set piece, Patrick now, back stick cleared away, and they're on the break. Katanich out of position, does oh so well. Jerklod now, goes on a run. Athena. Jerklod down the byline, cuts one. Franca. It's 3-1. We get our lead back, huge. And there we go. It's 3-1. And we are in a very good spot with Anderlecht left to play. Jerklod down the line. Pops one in there. Franca with the driving header. And that was well driven into the back of the net from the head of the Brazilian. Now we do have a few guys that are out on their legs. Ruben on one side. Joel Decker on the other. The rest are going to have to tough it out. Do want to take Katanich off with his injury worries, but he's having such a good game. Franca also is another one. It might sound really crazy, but if Anderlecht lose, we're going to rotate a versus them, because then at least it's all equal points, we'll still be okay. But if Anderlecht win, we've got to go as full strength. And just like that, Katanich, who was tired, makes a mistake, and here comes Standard Liège. Ball into Cafaro, cleared away by Katanich. Young Chavis coming out there, doing his thing. A 17-year-old Bacardi and Goy. All the way back to Bodart. Should be high enough to deal with this, but not. But Katanich does well on the secondary ball. Van den Voot going long. Papa Paulie, need to make a nuisance of yourself, and he does. Chavez first time ball. In the end, ball picked off there by Pavlic. It was on for Franca. We win it back though. Chavez through. Franca, chance. Great save. Would have been the sealer. Would have been the sealer. From what I've seen, I'm actually going to move it to key highlights now. Get through this game a little quicker at 3-1. Hopefully not get as many highlights. Less highlights, more time wasted, equals we win. That's what I'm going to go with. We are on key highlights though, so we get worried every time there is a highlight. Chavis now. Goes back to Katanich. He's had a weldy of a game. The young centre-back. Patrick now. Looks for Joel Decker. Finds Joel Decker. Aziz on the overlap. Might need to start getting in to be a little bit more defensively minded. Atara, Aziz. Ball in. Cleared away. Only as far as Sadalek. Katanich needs to pick an option. Should have been playing the midfielder here in Odenenko. Instead, it's gone long towards Chavis. He's not going to win that. He has somehow. Well done, the youngster. He's not particularly tall. Katanich, Jerklod, Patrick. Chavis again. Franca, movement. Jerklod, moments. Cut back. Decker. 3-0, 4-1, something, same thing. All I know, it's the Australian yet again. And the man from Adelaide, Joel Decker, has scored yet again in a Genk shirt. Great ball movement, great team play. And in the end, it's absolutely unbelievable footy. And Joel Decker makes it 4-1. And that is as good as a goal as you're going to see in this 4-2-3-1. And with that being said, that's probably all she wrote here. So I am going to make a couple little changes. I'm going to bring us to positive. I'm just going to get us to slow the tempo down a little bit as well. And just make sure that the boys don't do nothing too silly. And just play as a wing back on defender on one side for Aziz to sit in and just do his job. Apart from that, the rest of the boys will stay as they are, which is perfectly fine. Just get this game to tick away now. Saying that's a highlight here. Chavis, with a little fancy flick. Now, if we don't concede from it, in the end he won the ball. Katanich again has been out in wages. Papa Paulie. Joel Decker's quick. He's there. It's Joel Decker. This is why I love him off the bench. The 17 pace and acceleration just kills the match engine. Tired legs, Joel Decker's there. Game over. And Decker has a brace. Papa Paulie. Paulie in the chat's got to be very happy with that one there. In the end, Papa Paulie, one touch, ball through. And his name's Joel Decker on his right peg. And it is 5-1. And Standard are going to get absolutely annihilated. This is huge in the league. Another highlight. Is it going to be 6? Back stick. Handball. Penalty. Every day. Joel Decker off the bench for a hat-trick. Looks like you playing, Paulie. Yeah, it does it? Joel Decker off the bench for a hattie. Joel Decker with a chance for a hat-trick off the bench. Steps up and scores. And Decker has scored a second half hat-trick off the bench. His name is Joel Decker. And he's done it yet again. What a man. Great finish from Joel. It's 6-1. There we are. And Papa Paulie's now made it 7-1. Bravo's like, not going to lie, if this was on key, I don't think you win 6-1 or 7-1. No. But the fact that it's been on extended, yes. In the end, Patrick backstick there. Papa Paulie, what a header. That's as bulleted as a header as you like into the top bin. And that's all she wrote. Minute over time. I'll switch it back to extended highlights for the Anderlecht game. In the end, Sissoko, game over, 7-1. This is a side that we only had 4 shots against in a whole game in the league in March. A team that had 20-something shots and should have been up 6 or 7-0, that we only lost 1-0 because of our keeper. Instead, we've gone there, we've slapped them silly, made them look like a second-rate side, and Joel Decker's come out and said, well, I'm a little Aussie that knows how to run, and I'm just going to run through you like no tomorrow. And, well, it's a 7-1 win. What a game, what a moment. That has put us in a fantastic spot to push on and hopefully win the league. All over to Anderlecht now. They have got a big game themselves. Club Brugge have lost yet again. Jeez, they're having a real big stinker. Liverpool in the semi-final first, they've lost 1-0. Wonder what happened there. Pen out for another 1 to 2 days, that's fine. Decker's had an amazing game. Little shout out there to Ruben Cavas. That's him, by the way, at 17. Didn't gen out this year. Gened out with the AI. Was in charge. So, look at him. Little few fancy flicks. 17. Good, well-rounded kid. Keep an eye on him. He might be playing a little bit more footy next year. You might see that as well. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a second for Anderlecht. Win that game there. I'll tell you what, boys. We are in a big spot to hopefully win the league. Welcome back, YouTube. It is Anderlecht in the second part of this episode. As you can see from the table and what I'm showing you right now, Anderlecht did beat Genk 2-1 in order to come back to level points with ourselves. As you can see, Genk had to score a 94th minute penalty to even make it respectable. So Anderlecht absolutely dominated now. Big game here at the Lotto Park. Both of us have people out. Christian's not fit yet. Manoz could be risked, but I'm not going to because Penna's fine. They have Wesley Hoyt out. That's huge because he's probably arguably one of the better centre-backs in the league. Hefty's out. He's their best right back by a mile. And Renner Adelaide may not start, and he's obviously pretty decent as well. Now, for us, not much change from the team that won 7-1. I could turn around to Christian and go get on the bench, but he's not ready. I could go Dat Manoz start, but I don't see the need. So the boys that have been playing of late are the boys that are going to start yet again. So Van der Voot, Penna, Sadalek, Katanec, and Artega, followed by Patrick, Odenenka, Owen, Franka, Guyan, and Papa Paulie. Only one change. Jerklod's come out for Artega. Just think Artega's a little bit better, a little bit more experienced. Jerklod as much as a good backup option. Don't prefer him in a game like this, that is for sure. Now, this is a game where I would happily accept a point in. Get a point, win the remaining of my games, Anderlecht final day at home, know that we just need a point to win the league. That would be a nice place if Anderlecht win all their games as well. However, can we just go win the match of football? That would be great. Anyway, let's go in there and see how we go. And let's get into this one. There's your Anderlecht side playing in the 5-2-1-2, which we just played against as well against Genk. So a system we have played against previously. We're in great form, so at Anderlecht. I think Papa Paulie today is the big one. You know, he's been playing out of his skin in the target forward role. It's finally got a system around him that works. I've been slating him off a lot. I do have to apologise to the big man because he's playing out of his skin. I just wish he had a bit more pace. But, you know, apart from that, he does his job. Anyway, Anderlecht in the purple, of course, and we are away in the white. Flip the camera around, back to extended yet again. And then from the extended, we'll see how we go. Early free kick to Stroy Keens, bringing down one of the boys. And we get to see the highlight here. As Patrick whips one back stick. No one was really ready for it. And hopefully that's the end of the highlight because I don't want to see them score. I don't anchor with a tackle falls to Murillo, and that is the highlight. So we debrief. Patrick, free kick hits it just wide. So one thing we don't actually have in this team is a naturally good free kick taker or corner taker. Patrick, again, from a similar range, blasts into the wall. That's my only problem with extended. You get highlights like that, and I'm like, that's not really an extended highlight. You know, that's something that should be on comprehensive because it's, you know, it's a free kick in a dangerous area, but it's poor. At least the first one, I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyway, don't know if you saw the possession stats then, but I think we're up to about 60-odd%. Penna, Papa Paulie flicks down looking for Franka, doesn't find him. The press was good enough to force it back to Artega, who I don't know what he's decided to do, but mercifully we've got the ball back a third time now. Arteaga again beats one challenge, drives, goes, falls back to him, cleared away. Arteaga's ball usage there really horrid, and now he's being punished for it. Tackle been beaten by Stroy Keynes. Don't like that at all from Arteaga. So many moments there. Just get it away from him. Frick it out the other side. He's going to give it away again. Virtually falls back to us, and we give it back to him again a fourth time. What is this highlight? They go long now. Boniface. Arteaga wins it back. He's been everywhere, but he's given the ball away a few times. Franken now. Odenenka. Papapouli made the run. Papapouli still going. Blast home. Is he onside? I thought he was. And I reckon we are 1-0 to the good. Papapouli. Didn't know he had that in his locker. Usually all his goals are little flick-ons and then balls into him into the box. Genta beating Standard, that's huge. Odenenka with a great ball. Pooley timed the run. One touch onto that right peg and blasts it home. And it is 1-0 and Papapouli has done it yet again. And in the end, we're going to check the VAR. Are we really? I think he's onside by a mile. As you can see, onside by a mile. Perfect. Let's go to that second one. Murillo Ferraris, good little bit of a press, but they've got the room to play out now with the 5 at the back. Standard have just made it 1-1, so the dream of Gent winning is maybe fading, but that's fine. We just need to do our own thing. Van Krombrugge, the Krom is what I would call him, the Krom, has got the ball yet again. Del Croix picks the ball up. For those that are wondering what the Krom is, it's Adelaide Football Club is in AFL. As Boniface is in, Van der Voort doesn't make a save. Ball over the top, just like that 1-1. I hate conceding those goals on FM, but you do get your fair share of them. I'm hoping for FM 23 they patch this. And because in a top flight, and say that Liverpool conceded a goal like this, but Liverpool conceded one goal from a keeper going long and a centre-back missing a header all year. And it happened to be in game week 38, right? On FM, every night you play a lot of 5 games, you've conceded 1 to 2 goals where the ball has gone long from a keeper and everyone's just left it for the striker to run onto. It's very annoying because it doesn't happen at the top flight a lot. Anyway, Odenenka, Patrick, finds Arteaga, picks the ball up, ball in, Odenenka heads into the bar, that close back to being a 2-1 lead. Afina, ball back in, Odenenka, I don't know why you've headed that down to Owen, just head it in, have a dig. Still 1-1. Look at that. Much the better side in terms of creativity. 1 shot, 1 on target, 1 goal. Ugh. Arteaga, Afina, Patrick. Papapouli's blocked. Doesn't fall back to him second time. Good movement, though. And there we are. I said I would take a draw, but at the minute, I'm a bit annoyed. Backstick ball. No one in particular. Falls to Afina. Got to dig. Got to do a lot better there, Afina Guyan. Just drill it across the keeper. It was just basically a pass back. They go long really quick. Katanec wins. Look at the press. Well, look at them winning the second ball. No one in the vicinity of their header. That's really poor from us. Amu's headed. Mercifully going to be wide. Bit of a tactical little thing there. Don't know where Odenenka was, but he didn't get anywhere near that contest. Not a highlight again. Van Krom, or the Krom. They are winning every second ball in the air. Patrick's done well. Mateus Franco. I'm not particularly happy with our midfield at the minute. Fina's run out and lost out. Odenenka's just dogging, but not picking up any of the ball. The box-to-box nowhere. They're in again. It's fallen to him. Stroy Keynes. Van der Voort keeps us at 1-1. Big game this, and our midfield has not turned up. They are having an absolute stinker. Okay, hold up. My midfield's on a 7.1 and a 7. In games where I win 4-0, 5-0, the midfield are lucky to get a 7 if they're lucky. Right? So in a game where it's clear to see in the highlights that every second ball, their midfielding is bossing us around, picking the ball up, we're not getting behind the ball, we're not transitioning. How the hell is my midfield on a 7.1 and a 7 FM? Makes no sense. So when they're having a pretty poor game, they get a good rating, and then you go beat a side 5 and make two less passes completed of the amount they tried. So 90 from 92 passes completed. They had a match on a 6.8. Ridiculous. Stupid. That's actually quite annoying. Anyway, headed away by Odenenka. And there we are. Because my midfield's been nowhere. It's literally, we're going long to the complete forward or the advanced forward. Either gets over the top for the advanced forward, the complete forward knocks it down to the attacking mid or the 2 midfielders sitting behind. Our midfield hasn't really done much. Hasn't got the ball back at least. Anyway, Arteaga now. Still with the ball. Drives. Arteaga's had a stinker too. He's going to come off at halftime. Even if we might not even make it at halftime. Oh, this is problems. Mercifully put wide. Artega is coming off at halftime. He's had an absolute stinker. He's on a booking. He's running into every Tom, Dick and Harry. Artega's having a stinker. Mateus Franca. Penner. Mateus. Penner again. Drive. Good ball in. Papapuli. I would say undeservedly we lead. Just from the moment we went 1-0 up, it's been all and elect, to be quite fair. Their midfielders bossed us, and in the end it's a throw-in highlight where we whip one back stick and his name is Papapuli yet again. Penner does well. Nice to have a fullback that doesn't run into somebody or doesn't, give the ball away 4 times in a highlight. And there we are. Highlight from kickoff. Great. God, just FM, please. It's not handling it. I know we went 1-0 up and had one shot, one on target, one goal with their goalkeeper going long. Just not let there be the goals, be goalkeeper going long and a highlight goal from kickoff. Yet again, as a midfield one that we need to make a change in the middle of the park. We will make a change in the middle of the park. Murillo, ball in. Moment, hit the outside of the post. I am making my change now. This is a big call, but we're not going to hold on to half-time. Jerkload's on. This is my change. You need to win the ball back. Forward in midfield and defend, you sit in. And deep line playmaker, sit in. All they're doing is going long to their 2 strikers and knocking it down to 3 midfielders waiting here. 1, 2, and 3. Fucking sit in. Get me to half-time. Thank you. Oh, I'll pinch a 3-1 if I could. Can I be greedy? Can I be greedy? Can I be greedy, Athena? Oh, it's blocked. Half-time. All right, we're in the lead. Come on. We've got something to protect. We haven't been particularly great, but we've got something to protect. We've also got much more fitness than they do because they only played 2 days later where we played 4. It's in our hands here. Win this game and I reckon we win the league. That's the thing. I reckon we win this game, we've got to win the league. Not saying it's a certain, but I think from there, it'd be all in our hands of Genk to play. If we win this... Okay, Sadalek. Don't know what that is. Every highlight just looks like we're giving the ball away. Corner. Patrick. Whips it. Sadek heads just wide. Come on, boys. Big game here. Huge. Time ticks away. Genta leading yet again. Wow, we win this game. This is definitely going to be, can you win the league from here? Probably. This is huge. Because you've got to remember, even if Anderlecht go equal points of us on the final day. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Fucking hell. Two, and it's only ourselves to blame, man. Our ball retention's been shocking in this. Where are you going? Both left backs have had stinkers, man. Cutting heads goal. Just like that, we're back in the lead 3-2. If it wasn't for our fucking left backs, we're 3-0 up right now. Good header from Kadic. Nice we knew how to defend. Highlight from kickoff. Oh, God, Football Manager. If we don't concede this highlight, I'm switching it to key because I just want this game to fucking get towards the end. The stress levels. Papapuli, knockdown. Well done. Athena, Paulie, gives it away. Got to be bigger and stronger. Every highlight's just us giving the ball away. Apart from the highlights we scored in, it's literally us giving the ball away. And all the highlights we scored in, it's been one pass goal. Here they go again. We're at 6s and 7s. There is no ability to retain the ball. There's not... How do we change this? Do we switch to a 4-3-3 maybe? Get Franco off, try and sit in. Somehow my midfielders fucking having a worldie of a game. They definitely fucking are. We're not having any ball retention, not winning any second ball. My midfield's having a stinker. My back four's having a stinker. Don't understand this at all. How the fuck do they got good match ratings? This is fucking doing my head in. Let's move it to positive. I'm going to lower the tempo. Try and fucking just keep it here for fucking half an hour. Please. Don't know if there's really a change I want to make out there, though. Decker did score a hat-trick off the bench. Owen's going to come off. I guess that should change. Just going to do that. I'm going to switch it from fucking extended to key because I don't want to fucking see a highlight. This game tick away. Standard just made it 2-2 yet again to keep their title hopes alive. $70 minutes played. Time ticking away. Good. You fucking tick. Patrick in there. Just put Boniface off. That's really good for us. Genk have just made it 3-3 there. Somehow it went to 3-2. We missed that. This game's just ticked away. Unreal. Genk have just scored 2 goals in the 90th. Just don't concede here. That's full-time, referee. Come on. What has gone on today in the Belgian Pro League? You've had a 5-goal thriller here where we've not been particularly good in at all. Apparently, we've had 58% possession. Every highlight was us giving the ball back to them. And Genk have just scored 3 goals in the 90th minute to win a game, I swear. What is going on here? What has gone on in that game there? 78th, 94th. Okay, so we guess we just didn't get to see the update, the 68th or the 78th minute goal until like really late. But 94th minute, Genk's done the job. That's huge. Let's just go see how that game ended up. Standard are now off the points gap. They've just had a couple injuries, a couple suspensions, and they've just gone bang, bang, bang. First 3 games in the championship group, they've gone 1-0, lost to us 7-1, and then 4-3 they lost to Genk. Huge. Look at that, man. Jeez. XG of 2.6 and 1.95, 4-3. 38% possession, Jesus. Genk have had a really good game, haven't they? Wow, love you, Bayo. Good boy, Bayo. Let's go have a look at the goal, Bayo. This could be the goal that is going to kill Standard's chance of winning the title this year, you'd think. Over the top, Bayo 1-on-1, got to finish. Oh, it's a mistake. Oh, but you unlucky soul. Mate, if that's how they lose a game, I'm happy. That's great. Good stuff. What a crazy day. What a crazy episode. We beat Standard 7-1 and elect. We played not particularly great. We won 3-2 and somehow my midfield got a good match rating. But till next time, YouTube, I'll see you guys for the away game at Standard and the game against Anderlecht, where against Standard, if we win against Genk and then beat Standard, we will win the league. I'll see you guys then for Standard. See you next episode. Thank you and goodbye.